Decision-making in the brain involves different regions, like the dorsolateral, the prefrontal cortex, and others, which help with memory, estimations and losses, and managing goals. Stress can mess with these brain processes by affecting areas linked to stress reactions and decision-making. Interestingly, stress affects decision-making differently compared to time pressure or too much information. Stress can have a big impact on how we take and understand information. When we're stressed, research indicates that our decision-making can and is affected. For example, under stress, people might be more inclined to take risks when they see potential gain, but they become more cautious when they face potential losses. Stressed individuals also tend to consider fewer options. They make quicker decisions and take longer to learn from the consequences of their choices. Stress can also mess with something called somatic markers, which are signals in our bodies to help us guide decision making. This interference can influence how we make choices and perform tasks, and interestingly, it seems to affect men and women differently. In simpler terms, when we're stressed out, our ability to make decisions and understand information can become compromised. This could lead to us making not so great choices and falling prey to cognitive biases. Daniel Kahneman's prospect theory highlights this phenomenon, especially in the context of how stress influences decision making. Prospect theory explains how people evaluate and choose between different options involving uncertain outcomes. Here is their connection: risk perception and gains and losses. The response mentioned that under stress, people may exhibit risk-seeking behavior in decisions seen as gains, and risk aversion in decisions seen as losses. Prospect theory aligns with this by suggesting that individuals tend to be risk-averse when faced with potential losses, but more risk-seeking when presented with potential gains. Decision-making under stress. The stress-induced behavior of considering fewer options, making quicker choices, and taking longer to learn about these choices aligns with the aspects of prospect theory. The theory emphasizes that people may simplify decision-making under stress, relying on heuristics and cognitive shortcuts rather than thoroughly evaluating all different options. Impact on cost-benefit analysis. The statement about stress affecting the learning of cost-benefit associations of choices. This relates to prospect theory's emphasis on how individuals weigh potential gains and losses. Stress may interfere with the cognitive processes involved in evaluating these costs and benefits, leading to suboptimal decision making. Individual differences in response to stress. The mention of differences observed between men and women in response to stress aligns with prospect theory recognition that individuals may have varying risk attitudes and decision-making strategies based on their unique psychological and emotional factors. In leadership roles that could really extend to everyone, executives often find it tough to get trustworthy information when making important decisions for their company's future. This becomes even harder during stressful times, as the pressure to decide quickly may force them to rely upon information that may not be completely reliable. There's also a lot of information available, making it overwhelming and difficult to analyze. Implications for decision making and the relationships to stress. Stress has been found to affect strategic decision making by narrowing perception, reducing sensitivity to others, and triggering dominant responses, potentially impairing team performance. Additionally, stress may alter the underlying mechanisms of decision making, such as strategy use, feedback processing, and reward and punishment sensitivity, potentially leading to suboptimal choices and cognitive functioning biases. These implications highlight the importance for us to recognize the potential influence of stress on decision making and to implement strategies to mitigate its effects. Additionally, understanding the potential altercations in decision-making mechanisms under stress can help us to develop coping mechanisms and decision-making strategies that account for these effects, ultimately facilitating more informed and rational decision-making processes. Maintaining focus and clarity in professional decision-making is crucial for several reasons, as it significantly impacts the success and the effectiveness of individuals and organizations. Here are some of the impacts. Effective problem solving. Focus and clarity enable individuals to analyze problems systematically, to identify relevant information, and come up with effective solutions as a result. Without a clear understanding of the issue at hand, decisions may be hasty, may be uninformed, or may be based on incomplete information, leading to suboptimal outcomes. Strategic planning. In professional settings, decisions can often contribute to long-term strategies. A focused and clear mindset helps in aligning decisions with overarching goals and objectives. Strategic thinking requires the ability to see the bigger picture, to anticipate potential challenges, and make decisions that contribute to the overall success of the organization. Risk management. Maintaining focus is crucial for assessing and managing risks associated with different decisions. A clear understanding of potential risks allows for implementation of mitigation strategies and informed decision making. A lack of focus and a lack of clarity may lead to overlooking crucial risks, resulting in unforeseen consequences and negative impacts on the organization. Effective communication. Clarity in decision making enhances communication within teams and within organizations. Clear decisions are easier to communicate. This will reduce the likelihood of misunderstandings. Transparent communication helps build trust amongst team members. This helps foster a positive and collaborative work environment. Resource allocation. Decisions often involve the allocation of resources such as money, such as manpower, such as time frames. Maintaining focus helps in prioritizing tasks and allocating resources effectively. Clear decision making ensures that resources are directed towards activities that contribute most effectively to the achievement of these goals. Adaptability and flexibility. Clear decisions provide a foundation for adaptability in a dynamic business environment. When individuals and organizations understand the reasons behind those decisions, they can better adapt to the changing circumstances. Focused decision making allows for flexibility in adjusting strategies without compromising the overall objectives. Personal and professional development. Individuals who cultivate the ability to maintain focus and clarity in decision making, they're more likely to experience personal and professional growth. This skill set is valued in leadership positions and contributes to career development. Now that we know what the impacts are, how do we actually prevent them from happening? This is such an in-depth video, so I'm going to split it into 2 videos. And in the next video, I will share strategies to overcome the difficulties of obtaining reliable information, even in stressful times. Until then, I hope that you got a lot from this video, and I look forward to sharing some great strategies with you next week. Until then, have a fantastic weekend. Keep striving for that improvement day by day by day. I'm David Lindsay, professional speaker, signing off.